What's up, man?
Yeah, Bob, dude. Yeah, man. What are you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Everybody, the chaos in the studio is the arrival of the great Steve-O, everybody in the house.
Steve-O.
Steve-O's got a new special currently out right now. Oh, no, I'm sorry. November 14th it comes out. I know that from the other night.
That's right.
It's called The Bucket List Tour. He's currently on the Bucket List Tour. The new special streams on steveo.com at 9 p.m. on November 14th. I had the opportunity to watch that also. So fucking good. So fun. And so funny. Steve-O joining us, everybody. What's up, dude?
Dude, I'm kind of hot under the collar right now.
Why?
Why?
Because.
Well, I love when people come in hot. I love hot.
Yeah, check it out. And I've been instructed not to talk about this, and I don't care.
I always say talk about it.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless it's about me or Jay.
Right, exactly.
Then don't talk about it.
Okay. I wasn't supposed to talk about it on the Legion of Skanks, but you guys were asking me about, like, what are my plans for the future? Like, what are the problems with my fiance? Like, does she push back on anything? I was like, fuck yeah, she pushes back. She doesn't want me getting a boob job. Talk about getting fucking double D tits, right? And so that was the last thing that was said on the podcast and the only fucking thing that was put out into the internet, right? So, like, I get a kick out of Reddit recently. I'm like
Really?
Yeah, Reddit's just like a toxic cesspool of hate.
Yeah.
And
You have gotten your mental health under control. I can't fucking go near Reddit at all.
I've never been to it. I was supposed to go to it one day, and Luis Gomez says, you should never go.
Do not go.
He said, I said, me. He goes, yes, you. Never go.
Yeah. And so there's a Jackass subreddit, and in the somebody posted Steve-O's big plan, like this reel, and kudos to you guys, because that was the moment to put out there as an attention grabbing reel. And in the comments under it, it's like, oh, sad and pathetic, man, like, would Steve-O just retire already? Like, the fucking it's so painfully unfunny. And then other people are saying, like, oh, that's been done. Some guy in the 90s fucking like lost a bet and got tits. And
Mark my words, before you read any more of that, somehow it's come up on something else before that you were going to do that, because when I talked to my daughter,
I've been talking about it for a while. There's a lot of criticism of that too.
My daughter was aware of it, and when she called me, I said, we just had Steve on the thing. She goes, do you know he's thinking about getting like breast implants? I go, yeah, he brought it up on the show. Yeah, and we both just had a good. I'm like, I think it's one of the funniest things I've ever. Not because a guy. Look, here's the thing: the difference between some guy did it in the '90s. Yeah. And Steve-O's gonna walk around for months with a rack.
Yeah. And here's the thing: a lot of criticism about, oh, he's been talking about this forever. It's not helping that he keeps fucking talking. Fuck all of you. Here's what I actually posted. You know on Reddit. You know you're hot when you get in there and reply
on
to
Reddit,
the haters.
for sure.
I wrote, if I listened to everyone who said my plans were, quote, sad and pathetic, I would have gotten precisely nowhere in life. There's a saying, it's better to regret the things you have done than to regret the things you haven't done. I didn't come this far to start being careful all of a sudden. And I want to thank the little hater pussies in here for making me feel so good about that.
That's a good response.
Good answer.
Yeah. It's a really good answer. And I'll tell you why. First of all, it's a crazy thing to say. You getting breast implants. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it goes, it's sad. It's all crazy shit that you're not going to do. That's the beauty of the comedy of it.
If you do it, I'll do it. I'm in. I'm fucking in, and I'll get bigger tits than you.
Yeah, I need something to fill up this extra skin in my tits already.
Yeah, and I wasn't even going to talk about it because it's like, our manager, and I love to say that, our manager, Adam Genovese, and he's like, dude, stop it with the fucking talking about your plans, dude. Fucking stop it, And like, I wasn't trying to.
Hard disagree.
I wasn't trying to talk about it, but like, you guys asked a pointed question, and that was the answer. I'm not going to fucking filter myself all of a sudden.
Nor should you. And I think you should. And if you're definitely consider. I know the thing was, that's the issue of at home. Yeah. Your fiance doesn't necessarily love the idea of you getting breast implants.
She doesn't think it's fair.
Can I ask, would you get a set bigger than hers?
Yes. Absolutely.
Would you leave them in for? Are you gonna get them out?
Like I was told, not more than 3 months. They can't stand for more than 3 months.
Where things start changing inside.
Then like stretching becomes unmanageable.
Because I have an OnlyFans you can jump on.
Up in your mouth.
I have an OnlyFans you can jump on and lift weights and do a bunch of other things.
Oh my god, dude! Like I have a hearty creative list of ideas for with tits.
Yeah.
Like and I'm more than willing to brainstorm and add to them. I would love that.
Victoria's Secrets during Christmas.
Campaign, like a swimsuit campaign.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fill them with colostrum and feed the homeless babies.
Really,
from the nipple. That's breast milk.
It really.
I had an idea to get like a metal Capri Sun straw for when I'm done with them.
You know what you could do is you can charge photos after the show, taking pictures of you topless with your tits. We could sign your tits.
Yep.
That'd be a good one.
Instead of signing other people's tits, they get to pay to sign yours.
Yes.
You got to make a bust, one of those the plaster of Paris
he already
things they
I need to enlist an NBA player to determine if I can be dribbled.
Oh, I like that. I thought you were going to say if you could be fucked after a thing.
So you're getting ass implants too?
He goes, not only did I get breast implants, I'm now pregnant by Sean Kemp.
I mean, whatever, dude. I just like my
Oh, if you want to put your headphones on, you hear all the.
You can hear
Lou's
all
a
the.
master.
Yeah,
He's a master on the mixes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. You don't have to put them on.
Whatever, dude. I don't care. My fiance has been pushing back. My team, Adam Genovizian, was like, "Oh man, dude, Bud Light, like they were #1, and now they're like #7. They lost billions in their market share."
Yeah, but I would buy and I'm 37 years sober. I would drink Bud Light if you got tits.
Yeah, what if you just filled your tits with Bud Light? What if you got Bud Light tits?
The ultimate.
That's
a great idea.
And again, it's just like, you know what? Like, it's that underscores the importance of doing it.
I agree. I think it should definitely be done.
Yeah.
I don't think you should let yourself be talked out of this.
Right.
At all.
No.
I speak as someone who, our manager, is fantastic. He steers us both in what he believes to be the right direction.
Right.
But he doesn't know everything. There's no way. He could be
100%.
wrong about something.
Yeah, I mean, dude, play back the tape. Oh, dude, don't get a larger than life size portrait of yourself on your back tattooed.
Yeah.
That would be sad and pathetic. Best tattoo I ever got.
You know, dude, I rule.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Christine is upset with me on the idea. So when we were at Skankfest and I went to get my neck tattooed, I showed it to my daughter was there. She's 21, and I was like, "What do you think? Does that look good?" And she was like, "Yeah, I just wonder how many tattoos you're going to get before you get anything. Like you have 15 tattoos for your podcasts and shows. You have nothing for me." And it kind of hit me. I was like, "Oh, it's true. I really don't." And then I was like, "Oh, you know what I should do?" And Christine hated this immediately. I go, "You know when people get the newborn baby like footprint tattooed on them with the thing?
Oh, right.
She's 6 foot tall. I should get her giant like adult 21-year-old footprint like across my whole back with her birth date on it."
How about if you got an image of her underwear with the holes ripped out?
Yeah. And you go, "Yo, who's that fucking slutty tattoo you have?" And he goes, "It's my daughter, man. Ease up."
Yeah.
Ease up, bro.
Sure. I got a tattoo that I plan on getting imminently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were still going with tattoos.
Yep.
You had one of the first time I actually started deciding to get tattoos that I thought some of them were funny and not just ones for cool.
Yeah.
Were watching Steve-O get, I loved so much the fat, what do you call it? Like the mud flap girl?
You're the fat bitch.
The fat mud flap girl is one of my favorite tattoos ever.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
I
you
actually
go-
have gay tattoos, but they weren't meant to be.
Yeah, they're meant to be awesome.
Yeah,
dude, I love it.
I have an ankle tattoo of Chinese writing.
Want me to pass it? I'll pass it over.
You can get a face?
Yeah, dude.
It's a face tattoo.
That's great.
Yeah.
Let me see. What is it?
Is it directly under an eyebrow?
It
Jesus Christ.
I love the idea of getting it directly under an eyebrow, so you can grow your eyebrow hair back over it.
Initially, I was going to do that for the last Jackass movie.
Really?
That was why we had the wax with the eagle flew off and ripped off my eyebrows, was because we were going to tattoo the dick
right
the
under your
eyebrow.
eyebrow.
We were going to replace the eyebrow with the dick tattoo. And we had Post Malone scheduled to do it, but then there was something that came, he couldn't do it. And then it was Thanksgiving weekend, and all of a sudden Knoxville said, dude, there's too much dick stuff, man. We got, there's too much dicks. We're not doing that. So it didn't happen. And then I thought...
Getting away from your core values.
We've actually been yelled at for that on the show.
There's always a John Lennon.
And then I thought, why on earth would I do it where the eyebrow was? So that, I mean, there are no stakes in that. It's got to be above the eyebrow and curve in a manner that
That's
contours.
higher stakes.
But if you did it with the eyebrow, then you let the eyebrow grow in halfway. It just looks like a hairy dick.
Yeah,
like a hairy dick.
Jizz. That's
It's not a bad
kinda-
idea to have a little hairy patch and then cock coming out of
Just
it.
have the helmet coming out, just a hairy Greek cock on your eye.
Or you can have it a little bit where like the cock's approaching a puss, a hairy puss.
Yeah.
Then it's an
Either
action
way,
scene.
the important part is the jizz coming out of the penis to serve as the teardrops on my eye.
Did you have
the amount
consider-
of people you killed.
Yeah.
Did you
Oh
have-
my God! If we're talking about like how many beavers I slayed.
Plenty of beavers, I'm sure, all over the country.
So like the gang guys get murder tears, you have jizz tears for all the pussy you got. Jeez, that'd be great.
What's the, like, you guys traveled and were like so popular abroad so much, filming all this stuff over there. How many women would you say you've hooked up with that didn't speak almost a lick of English?
Ooh.
It was more than one, for sure, then.
Oh, definitely. One.
I've got zero. I've never hooked up with a girl who didn't understand the basic language I was talking to her.
Two.
Yeah. Yeah.
She goes, Steve-O in mouth?
Sure. Already in.
Yeah.
I've hooked up with too many.
Really?
Yeah, those massage parlors.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about dropping a couple smackers on it.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
You got to be over there.
I used to do the tug and rub thing, man, and
You had to stop.
yeah, I had to stop watching porn. I'd stop with the tug and rub, stop with the just acting out in general.
I aged out of rubbing tugs.
Oh, did you?
I just aged out where I'm just like, now the idea of paying for it, I mean, I can't get out of my head that it's not even the full-blown human trafficking element of it, which is probably the worst thing. It's more that, like, I feel like a bum. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely one of the people where in their horror story, they're like, and then a fat guy come in and put his little penis out, and I got to do this, and it's, you know, like, I'm part of their nightmare.
Are they really?
And I can't stop thinking about that.
But they say they're human trafficking, but most of the women are like 60.
Sure.
It's like they've been here for a while.
Oh, yeah.
They've gotten
Yeah.
over the human trafficking part of it. I've never gotten a hot.
I like them young. Oh, see,
20-year-old
the place we used to go in Philly had the young
just came out of a
ones.
shipping container.
Yeah, no, fresh. We used to get the fresh trafficked in Philly. I think it's because we have ports.
Yeah. You get one with her wrists still have marks on them because she's dehydrated.
It's because we have
Packing
Navy.
peanuts in her hair.
Yeah, we have Navy ports in Philly, so I think we bring in a lot of fresh traffic.
They came in with a thing of Vespas.
I can't do the quitting porn thing. I can't do it. I don't know. I have a hard time.
You quit masturbating too, Steve?
No.
Just thoughts.
Just imagination.
Right. Spank bank only.
No, spank bag only. That's
Yeah.
old school. That's kind of.
Spank bank only, man. Like and I really like. I try not to like channel my energy away from my relationship. You know,
Yeah,
like
sure.
if I'm on a trip and I'm not with my girl, yeah, I'll tug one out. But once like before I go home, yeah, I'm gonna build it up for a couple nights.
Can you do you have like homemade stuff that you could smack it around to, like if it's your fiance or something?
Homemade stuff that I can smack. No.
That wouldn't count as porn. Right?
Well, I don't
If
think
you
so.
watch
I think if
that's
it
your
is your
that's just
significant
home
other.
like making
videos.
your own bread. That's
Yeah.
not carbs.
Right.
Yeah.
And, like chickens in the backyard.
Fucking A, man. Yeah, you're not a.
God,
still vegan.
I wouldn't want to do homemade porn because God forbid my son finds his mom just
doing whatever it is you like.
Yeah, exactly.
you in the ass.
Her milking me on the bed that he slept on.
And you're like, hurry up, the kid's gonna get home soon.
Did you, when you got sober, Steve? Did you think that it was going to be? Did any part of your mind go like, "Shit, what if I won't do?" You know, when you're all fucked up, it's probably easy to agree to like, "Hey, you're going to go upside down in a bus filled with human shit or something."
Right.
Like, and then being sober, making those. You know, it's one of the. To me, one of the most iconic moments of it's Jackass 3, I believe. The baseball,
the T-ball,
into your nuts.
Why do I have to be
Why do I
Steve-O?
have to be? Yeah, I'm Steve-O, and oh man, why do I have to be Steve-O? And it's like it seemed like the most sobering realization in any Jackass movie I've ever seen. Why the fuck do I have to be Steve-O?
We recently. I shot a video for YouTube. It's probably not even going to be allowed on YouTube, but
Nerds.
Recreating iconic Jackass stunts. So I swallowed the goldfish. I snorted the earthworm. I got my butt cheeks pierced together. I did the paper cuts, wasabi snooters.
Wasabi Snooters is the first thing that I saw with Jackass that made me be able to very much describe like what I love about the whole thing. It's not that the Wasabi Snooters, you know it's going to suck. You couldn't imagine how much until you do it. And then you did it, and it sucked as much as, it looked like it sucked as much. And then you go, line me up another one.
Yeah,
like, that's the
always
whole
my
thing
favorite
of it.
one, dude.
The thing was, though, when we did it, like, the straw was very thin. Like, I didn't really get that much up in there. And the payoff visually was that it made me barf.
Yeah.
This time around, I made it much, I used an actual credit card, you know, to like scrape it up.
I love it.
You know, I'd, like, that was the way to get the right consistency to make it, like, super, you know, like water, so I could really snort it. And then I used a very wide pen, like the, you know.
Like a big pen?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, wider than that.
Like a Mont Blanc?
It's like a very, very wide ass straw with like a really, really smooth consistency, and I've snorted super fucking hard. I got so much up there that it was pure hell. Pure, like it was 1,000 times worse than the first time.
How long did that pain last?
Not that long. Like I was back to normal
When you
in like 10 minutes.
When you swallowed the goldfish, did you ever like follow the life of the goldfish? Did you ever just take a shit? Like, cause you swallowed it whole, you didn't chew it. It goes down. Does it come out like?
No, he
like,
throws it
came
up.
out swimming. I barfed
He
it
always
up
throws
and
it
came
back
out
up.
swimming.
Have you ever swallowed one and then shit it out and just saw it? Like,
I tried so hard this last time, and I prepared. Like I drank damn near a gallon of water to make it. I just thought it was gonna be like, you know.
That just
in
made the
one clean
goldfish more
shot.
comfortable in there?
Yeah, I created a safe environment. I thought barfing was gonna be easy, and this one just wouldn't come out for the life of me.
Which Don't Try This at Home video was the third one where you were like you just filmed, dude, you were so out of your tree, and it was still like, it's such great shit to watch, even though it's like,
When I got choked unconscious?
no, it was, you were like prepared. I think you swallowed a condom of drugs, and then like a half hour of the video is you being in like wherever it was, and like waiting desperately to shit out this condom, like just going through your shit every time you shit. He goes, nothing. Where is this?
That's terrifying.
And then I got arrested for international drug smuggling. Crazy. Would you believe it?
I just saw you on Hot Ones.
Yeah.
And you poured the hot sauce in your eyeball.
Yeah.
You kind of set the bar a little high for the next celebrity guest.
Yeah, Burt Kreischer just got to the seventh wing. Nothing in his eye.
Exactly. Yeah. And you chugged half the bottle.
For sure.
Was it hot? Was it bad?
I mean, it's my own brand of hot sauce. It's delicious. Steve-O's hot sauce for your butthole. And you know, okay, so when I started the earthworm, this was the best moment. Snorted it up my right side nostril, and it went all the way in there and like disappeared. And I'm still snorting, trying to get it to come out my throat like the last time. Mm-hmm. But then I just had this weird feeling, and like I just thought I'd give it a shot. That the same nostril I'd snorted it up, I closed it and then blew out the left one. And I have such a humongous hole in the fucking septum from snorting cocaine. I blasted this big ass earthworm out my left nostril.
And it's all on film.
Yeah, it's so cool.
The Earthworm's face was just like he did DMT. He's like, what the fuck was that?
Have you ever felt a writer's block on ideas? Because, like, I mean, like, legitimately, you have, like...
He's about to get tits. This guy's a genius.
No, but
breaking out the old notebook.
It's almost my point, but I mean, like, the stuff in the special is very unique. Like,
well, thanks, man.
They're very unique, like, stunts you're doing, and all of them were, like... And for those of you who haven't seen it, it's great, or seen the show live. It's very funny descriptions of a stunt idea from, like, for your term, Mikey, soup to nuts, the idea. Like, I thought I could do it. How could we do it? We figured we could do it this way, blah, blah, blah. My chick's angry, something, something. The dog's involved. And then, like, and, you know, everyone laughs at, like, the setup of it. And then he goes, also, here it is. And then it happens, and it's, like, pretty wild shit, man. I'm telling you, I don't want to give stuff away.
I mean, dude, I'm not precious about it. Clearly.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, like, but without giving away. I mean, like, it doesn't matter. You have to see it. I was holding my own ball bag the whole time. He just watches himself get a vasectomy, wide awake, just looking while they pull the little thing out of his ball bag, and he's like, "Look at that!" Like, it's just the energy of, like,
no anesthesia at all.
No, they do like it's like when you go to the dentist, they give you a little prick,
the little bit,
just a little
prick, just to localize that area.
My buddy just got it done, and he said they gave him the option of either being put out or just a little bit.
Yeah,
and he got like,
I can go put me out for a week.
I know. Yeah.
I heard a joke when I was a little kid. What's the definition of macho? It's a man who jogs home from his own vasectomy.
Oh.
And I was only 12 years old. I didn't even know what a vasectomy was, but I was positive that I wanted to be macho. So I remembered the joke. And I grew up just with the idea, like, get a vasectomy and then do wild shit, you know? And so that's what it was. I went like, bareback horseback riding. Jesus Christ. I was dressed up as a piñata with little kids whacking me in the balls with a stick. Like,
the doctor, and when I watched the doctor, he was upside down. They beat his dick with sticks. But he gives the doctor, I believe in what I watched, like, you're telling him, like, how long before I should do, and he just starts listing all the things, and the guy's like, I'd steer clear of that for like a month at least, 6 weeks, 8 weeks maybe, and he's like, all right, and he just leaves the hospital and ride bareback's a horse.
Yeah, it's fun, man. And the bucket list items, every item gets set up, the bit gets paid off with the video, and the show goes in descending order of the approval and support of my fiance.
Amazing.
In the beginning, she's all gung-ho for it, you know? She's shooting, she's getting the shot. The vasectomy, she's down, you know? Like dick painting, she's in. And then, like, I start doing, like, more, like, fucked up, life-threatening shit, and she's not. So, like, she was there for the general anesthesia bike ride. Like where I was riding the bicycle with general anesthesia drugs being administered, but she did not show up for the epidural 50-yard dash.
Oh yeah.
That should be a T-shirt.
Oh, that's amazing.
I mean, I'm approximating. I made it about 50 yards.
You should do that once a year and raise money for little retarded kids.
I'd give anything to be in the think tank room with them just throwing shit like, let's see, ketamine scuba diving.
But that's what I mean. Like you've been, how long have you been sober for now?
15 years.
Wow.
Damn, has it been that long?
It's been that long.
That's crazy.
Dude,
Bobby's 50. He's 50 years old, but he's been sober weirdly for 47 years. He had all of his problems in his first 3 years of his life.
I got tits when I was 13.
Nice.
Have you ever? What's the closest you've ever come to death?
I mean,
doing these things.
The wild animal stuff would be the closest calls, I would say, but in practical terms, I almost had a bad experience scuba diving.
Really?
I was led to believe that the sharks were at the bottom. So I went to the bottom. You know, I went to the bottom and I felt one of the cameramen grabbed my fin, and he was exasperated, pointing up, you know, and I came up with them, and he was just so mad. He said, "You almost died, and I almost died trying to save you." Whoa. Because apparently you're not supposed to go too deep, too fast, or something like that. I just didn't pay attention in my.
You got to be a jerk off as a crew person to get mad at you guys almost dying in situations. Like, yeah, you knew what the gig was when you took.
He's mad because he's going to lose the gig.
Yeah. You died, dude. It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
I think it was the same trip. I had another arguably near-death experience. We were in Jakarta, Indonesia, where they have a death penalty for messing around with drugs.
Really?
But I had a real hankering for a doobie, and so I went into this thing. I was asking, we got in a taxi, and I was just like, "Where can I get some marijuana?" And they brought me into this crazy tented kind of a slum situation, and I procured the Indonesian death doobie. It was total swag too. I don't even think I got even remotely high, but
that's hilarious. It was just junk ass weed on top of that,
dude. The junkest.
You get death penalty for fake weed. That's horrible. when I looking back on the early days and stuff, was there anybody that you loved watching do a stunt or a challenge? You know what I mean?
I mean, for me, it was all about skateboarding. And, that was what brought me to the video camera. My first videos were just skate tricks. And, the thing about skateboarding videos, as soon as they started coming out, even skateboarders couldn't watch an hour of just skateboarding without it becoming tedious.
Right. Yeah.
So, from the very beginning, skateboarding videos always had, kind of random, crazy comic relief to break up the monotony of the skateboarding. And there was wild shit going down.
Lance Mountain and shit.
Yeah, for sure. Dudes. The palette videos were a little bit PG, but there was always some wild stuff. And I knew that I wasn't good enough to be a professional skateboarder, so I made it my mission in life, my job, to be that comic relief in skateboarding videos. And it just so happened that the videos that I got to be a part of were really popular. They had developed their own little cult following, and the guy in charge, he was like, "Man, if we just subtract the stupid skateboarding, then all the crazy shit left over could be a TV show." And when you subtracted the skateboarding video or the skating footage, what was left in these videos was Johnny Knoxville, Wee Man, Chris Pontius, Steve-O, and it was
Sick,
really.
Man.
So I lucked out, man.
Was
thank
Pontius
God.
a skateboarder?
He was.
He was also a skateboarder.
Pontius rips.
That's what I was going to say about what, because I said it sort of became, even when you guys were all together, there was factions, it felt like.
There was.
You know what I mean? And Bam and his
Bam,
crew.
the CKY crew.
And Ryan Dunn and all those guys were
Ryan
all
Dunn was part of Bam's crew, the CKY
Right.
crew. And then up in Portland, Oregon, was the Blunt magazine snowboard crew, which was just Dave England and Danger Aaron.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Those two sort of seemed like a thing. But you and Pontius, did you guys come together through Jackass, or did you guys already have kind of
we
a
came
thing?
together. Yeah, I mean, I never met him until we were shooting the first season of Jackass.
Yeah, because you guys were a great comp. I mean, I remember getting I got all the Wild Boy seasons on DVD when they would come out, because they were uncensored more, and they were so fucking good. I got so into that show, and you guys had such a great chemistry, and I don't think it was I didn't think you guys came in together. You could tell that Dave England and Danger Aaron were a thing.
Right.
Kind of the Wee Man, Knoxville stuff were all the Big Brother guys, right?
Rob himself. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
But it's really
a storied history.
a story. Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
A storied history.
I saw you interviewed recently again, Brandon Novak.
Yeah.
Is he the only other guy officially sober from the whole gang that's stopped everything?
Officially sober. Yeah, I mean, as far as
because he's a real program.
as far
guy.
as in recovery, yeah.
Yeah.
There's I think Danger Aaron's gone for a long time without drinking.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if he smokes weed or what, but some of the other guys have had bouts with sobriety.
Yeah.
But nothing like conventional in recovery kind of a thing.
Well, Bobby's been sober for so long, and I always say
7
that.
years?
Bobby?
37, yeah.
37.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because him and Christine, Christine did all of her drugs and was sober by 19.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But I do program too, though.
Okay, good.
So I still which there is a whole thing now. There's an LA sober, which is weed.
Weed.
That's
people smoke-
California sober.
California, yeah. California sober, And then there's, you know, this
But Bobby,
guy.
are you drawn ever? Do you feel ever the itch? Like, I would like to just be able to have a drink, or do you just not even care?
The only drink that I really, because I was so young, I've never had, because I hang out with all alpha male guys at my cigar lounge. Like at night, I'll go there and they all have on the rocks and some $10,000 whiskey, and they're just bourbon, and they have it in that tumbler, and they're just sipping, talking, Paul, and I'm like, I don't get to do. I wish I got to be. Just have on the rocks or something.
like
fruit
with
punch.
a cigar.
And you know what really gets me? Weed. Weed gets me because it's from the earth. You know, all the things. I watched a thing today about how weed calms you down, and I have so much anxiety. I have crippling anxiety, but mine comes out in rage. You know what I mean? Mine does. I don't start to shake and want to hide. I'm not Maria Bamford crawling under a table. I just want to rip the club manager's face off.
Yeah.
You know?
And
So if I could smoke weed, I'd be like, shit, this would be good, but I can't because if I risk it and then I start drinking and then I'm fucking, then I'm dead.
And my weed bone is connected to my booze bone. My booze bone's connected to my coke bone.
My
and
coke
that's
bone is connected to my
pill bone.
sucking a tranny off in front of everybody bone.
Yeah.
What is it? You
sure.
think if you make a concession and like, well, I'm just going to do this, you're like setting yourself up for an excuse. It's like, well, I did that, so that's why I ended up back here.
I mean, I just think that it's I'm an all or nothing.
Well,
guy.
I've had this with Christine's.
me too.
Christine's not drank now for 5 years, I guess, or so, at least.
6 with some fuck ups.
Yeah, for sure, but not really any kind of fuck ups with any kind of length of time. It'll be like a night or something here and there, and they're generally not even fuck ups. They're just like had some drinks again, whatever. But she, and I watch it, so I believe her. But I've said this a bunch on the show too. Like, I just don't understand. I'm like, how come you can't have like the 3 drinks and then you're like fun and fine, and you'll eventually like be good. You're not gonna have a headache tomorrow. You're gonna do. But when she's in it, she's like, she'll run off aside from me and go get another one just because.
Sneaky.
That, well, not even that. The mindset is like, I'm going to lose this feeling if I don't keep going. But history has shown that if you keep going, you're going to throw up and feel like. I'm saying I don't understand how it doesn't click. Like,
that's why it's
stop here.
technically
Disease.
A disease.
It's insanity. Is what
Yeah,
it is.
I'm bummed out too because when I smoked weed, you had to go into the projects, take your life in your hand, and it was shit. It was like they just hung a tree upside down in the closet and then rolled it. Now I went with you and Christine to the weed shop, and I'm an addict. I love new shit. I love little containers.
The packaging.
You're a collector,
And I'm like, fuck the weed. You know, to be able to smoke a little joint. I just smoked 5 joints to get a high back when I was smoking.
Sure.
Now you guys are taking like 2 puffs off something that has a purple, beautiful case.
It smells good.
Yeah, so you can buy it down the street.
Everywhere you go in New York, on the sidewalk, it's just like you're just clobbering. It hits you like a sledgehammer, like the most powerful, gnarliest weed. And
They
I'm
made
like,
it as it's legal as cigarettes here in New York.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, the most powerful weed and still the piss smell. So it's just that nice New York
why
blend,
can't they get
you
this?
know?
The smell is what throws me. I don't like the smell of this shit.
Yeah.
It's bad, and it
Of weed?
stays. It's like a fart.
I like it. That's the problem. I
don't
like
like
it when I smell it. I feel hard done by. I wish that I could get away with smoking, and I'm like, I just gotta I know I can't.
Yeah, the smell is a little heavy.
It upsets me to smell it. But dude, before it became legal in New York, like you guys already had the craziest, like best weed in the delivery system. Like everybody had like a special number that you'd like call the number. You'd
guy with
say
the
where you're at. The guy would
briefcase.
just come in like with the ride a bicycle, come in with a briefcase. Like you guys were so ahead of the game with weed, like in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We like, was it at your when you first got the initial money from Jackass? Would you say was that like probably not your worst of drugs, but I mean, like, is it funny to look back now as like a responsible adult? And like, I've never been to your home, but I assume you have like I've seen in pictures and stuff and social media. You got a nice place. It's organized. It's not. And I remember your first cribs was like, you were like, this is my kitchen. It's like bash a hole through the wall. It was, who gives a fuck? And then pour beer back there for the rats. Like nothing was like, it was like, yeah, we made a skate ramp, and he was all these like things that were
It's my
so.
neighbor's dog. I stole it.
Yeah, it's I mean, dude, the cribs was fun, man. Like,
Look at that place.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
It's like my college apartment.
yeah, all the pillars of beer cans.
But to have that, that's what's funny is like you had the money. So it's like they give you the money with no real like, hey, maybe put a little aside or maybe whatever. By this point, were your parents like concerned? Like, do they jump in with like, hey, let me invest some of that, or let's do something about it?
Like at that point, there was no money, dude. Like,
really?
That Cribs was filmed to come out in support of the first Jackass movie.
Okay.
And the first Jackass movie, all of us, like, you know, supporting cast guys were paid like the rock bottom bare minimum that you can legally pay a principal cast member in a movie, like $65,000.
With no like back end stuff.
They were like, dude, you're gonna get $65,000, and I was like, whoa. But we did get a little bit of back end. Mm-hmm. Like a sliver of back end, but like that hadn't come in yet, you know. I could pay my rent, but it wasn't.
Has that changed now on the last movie? Are you guys?
Well, the
second movie was probably different.
The third movie was a crusher.
Yeah. Was that when you finally saw some cash?
The third movie we saw some cash, but the thing is that these movies, you know, they were. The first and second movies were 4 years apart. The second and third were 4 years apart. The third and fourth were 11 years apart. So it's like, yeah, I mean, we did really well, but you know,
yeah.
by the time the next movie rolls around, I don't know that anybody had a lot of money that they were still sitting on.
I say again, one of the two best things was Jackass 2. Your face smiling before you lean in for the boxing glove punching through the wall. When they had you read the smaller letters, you had the best because you like looked at the camera like ooh la la, and then just went closer for the small writing and it decked you. And Bam, who I hope is doing better, is him getting laid out by the hand. The giant hand.
Oh my God.
It's the best fall ever in any documented footage. He goes, I've never seen anyone do that. He goes completely up, completely down, not moving at all, like in the same exact spot. He's just on his back, and it's so funny.
They call that a Home Alone. Like that's even like a term in the stunt world. Like a Home Alone is like, yo, you just got to take it flat on your back. Yeah, there's no.
Has he tried to reach out to apologize for the tour stuff, Bam?
No.
No?
No.
Because he said he's getting like
what happened with the tour stuff?
They're saying he's getting back to he just relapsed like on tour with like kind of publicly.
Well, okay. The situation was that I said, hey man, let's go on tour. You had to come on tour with me. This is like kind of my last ditch effort to be like, you know, I would like when it gets really bad, like when the bad news comes, I want to know that I did everything that I could.
Did you feel on the episode of Wild Ride, though? Because that's when you were saying, like, I was a little confused because you were like, it's the best I've heard you sound in a while and the best I've seen. Look, but when I was watching, I was like, I feel like he seemed pretty erratic on the show, too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly. Like, to say the best he sounded in a while, the bar was pretty low. Yeah. The bar was pretty low. But, I brought him on tour. I was like, okay, let's... We had him open up the show, so like we brainstormed like working on material, and he was getting huge laughs. Like that was going great. That was fun, you know. Like let me like show him. I'm on like a sober tour bus, you know. It's like a good environment. Like let's just like see if that rubs off on him, you know. And I told him that if we did like if things are going well. You know, like I designed this skateboard thing. We can sign these skateboards and sell them. We'll sell them on the road. And that's what we did. It seemed to be going great. And then the last night, like he's all wasted and you know, like acting out on social media. Is he
lying about like being wasted when you talk to him? He's like, no, dude, I was great. Yeah. I always walk in a circle and text at 3 in the morning.
He never disputed.
Yeah,
you know, it was evident.
Yeah.
And so, like, okay, well, whatever, you know, like we gave it hell, it didn't work, and now I feel fully confident that I did everything I could, and there you go.
How's he doing now? Do you know?
I think he's doing reasonably well.
Last word is like a month or something. You guys month chip.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Or something.
Yeah, but like 2 months after that tour situation, like 2 months later, I was down in my warehouse, and you know, with the guys, like, well, what are we gonna do with these signed band boards we've got left over? We had like 50 of them or something. Mm-hmm. And so I reached out to Bam and I said, hey, trying to figure out what to do with the rest of these signed boards. Like, I'm happy to sell them and unlimited more beyond that. But at this point, like, I need for like your 50% of the money to go into a trust for Phoenix, your son. And that was a bridge too far for Bam. He was outraged by this. Like, how dare you? And it's like, he got the wrong impression that what I was saying was that
you can't be trusted with money.
Well, no. He started saying, I went on tour with Steve-O and he didn't give me my money. He put it in a trust fund for Phoenix, which is 100% not true. I paid him every single penny that I was supposed to, that I said I would. And then 2 months later, I said, if you want to make more money, that's how we got to do it. Now, mind you, there is no trust fund for Phoenix because he's belligerently refused to participate in setting one up. The Jackass guys were trying to do that as part of the Jackass 4 thing. Yeah. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it for me. So there is no trust fund.
You can't give somebody who's using that many drugs money, because they'll use it for that. You have to kind of, it's like you don't give a homeless guy $100, he'll kill himself. You give him $5 so he can get a little alcohol and a drug.
Perhaps, yeah. But I was like, I'm buddies with this radio DJ down in Florida, Mike Calta.
Oh,
yeah,
it's Bobby's best friend.
My number one best friend.
Fucking love Mike Calta.
My number one best friend. He loves you too.
Yeah, love Mike Calta, and Mike Calta told me that Bam was coming in. So I listened to the Mike Calta and Bam interview, and Bam told, because I asked Mike Calta he said, yo, Bam's coming in tomorrow. Are you cool with him? And I was like, I don't know. Like, ask him. I'd love to hear what he says. And so he did ask him. And Bam's answer was, it kind of ticks me off that Steve-O didn't pay me for the tour. And I'm just like, like I did.
Yeah.
He's like, what? He's like, why, if I'm gonna work, you're gonna put my money in a fund for my son who's not gonna get it until he's 18? And I'm like, number one, it's kind of a bad look to be so outraged. To be so.
What, I'm gonna take care of my kid?
Why is my kid gonna have stuff later when he needs it?
Well, that's what I thought was.
If I'm not here.
That's what I thought was funny too about because one of the things he gave when he was getting kind of removed from Jackass 4, in one of those, because people were like, he's kind of right, and I'm like, no, he's not right in what he's talking about, because his thing was, he goes, I don't understand. I have to sign these things, and they want me to not drink and not do drugs. It's like, this is Jackass, and now they're being mad that I'm like the only one.
Yeah,
like
Jackass for Jackass.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't think the show is necessarily about drugs. Like, what kind of Jackass do you want to do on drugs? Goes, hey, I'm Bam Margera, and this is public fight with my girlfriend in front of my child.
This is domestic dispute.
Hey, I'm Bam. This is shooting up in front of your kid.
I'm Bam Margera, and this is obnoxious arrest by cops in front of a bunch of strangers.
Hey, I'm Bam, and this is how to kill yourself. 3 different ways.
Right. So,
Two Jackass. I don't think it had to do with being fucked up and hammered.
No. So that it really did bother me that he was suggesting that I was a liar and a thief.
Yeah.
and we were in the midst of making the cameo video I was talking about with Poopies.
Yeah.
We sent these outrageous requests to celebrities on Cameo to say and to do terrible things, and everybody declined. But we forwarded every request to Poopies, who did them all.
I used to have famous comics that I knew plug my dates on Cameo.
That's great.
Yeah. I had Nick DiPaolo plug my weekend.
That's hilarious. You just pay him money to go. Hey, check out Robert Kelly, by the way.
I just put Bobby with an IE.
Gilbert Godfrey doing
great.
My VFW show.
But since we were actively ordering Cameo videos, I just couldn't take it anymore. I was like, dude, I drafted one up for Bam because he got back on Cameo.
Oh, yeah?
I said, hey, Bam, I wrote it myself. Bam. Steve-O says that he's pretty upset that you were saying you didn't get paid. And like he actually says that you got paid specifically on January 31st, and that he has the documentation. And like that this and that. And can you just speak to this? And he made the video coming back. He's like, oh well, like I don't really know, like I guess I'm not talking to my parents, and my parents run my thing, so I guess it's all good. And yeah, I don't know, man. I love Steve-O.
I'm curious to know what's going with that with the parents. The parents was an interesting thing. I know Christine keeps giving me the eyes. We have to let you get out of here, Steve. I know you have other things you gotta do.
That's right. I gotta go fucking do a thing.
Steve-O. He is currently on the bucket list tour.
No, I'm not, dude. Tour's over, man. Now it's just the specials coming out.
Christine, you fuck. This new special is going to be streaming on steveo.com at 9 p.m. November 14th. It's absolutely fucking hilarious. Watch it for sure. I was lucky to get an early shot at this about a year ago now or so.
Yeah, that was before I filmed the opening sequence with Bill Burr.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
insane.
Bill Burr?
Comedian, I think.
It's a friend of Mike Calta's, I heard.
Steve-O, everybody. We'll be right back.
So much,
We're hanging out with Mike Fanoia.
He's got a special out
Special's
too.
also out. Don't Let Me Down. Streaming right now on Mike's YouTube page.
He's got 150,000
It's the Bonfire.
views.